Rizal. On the same token, our economic team, of which Peter is a member, in coordination with the Bangko Sentral, of which Peter is our government representative to the Monetary Board. Our economic team is closely monitoring developments in the global financial markets. We're working hard to further strengthen the domestic economy by accelerated spending for infrastructure, as I have said, whereas other countries around us may be pressured to reduce infrastructure spending, we're accelerating infrastructure and agriculture, fast-tracking financial reforms to further strengthen the banking system, improve our fiscal health by better tax collection, and also by legislative measures, and encouraging investments by such measures as reducing regulatory bottlenecks for strategic industries like the semiconductor and electronics industry. Texas Instruments, Bing was telling us, came to the Philippines, and it was not easy for us to make sure that they come to the Philippines. There were other very attractive prospective hosts, and we are all buying, and the key was the red tape, and we won over our other rival possible destinations, and Texas Instruments decided to do their new plant here. The same thing with some other multi-$100 million investments coming up soon. Peter, who is chairman of our anti-red tape task force, is working hard to make sure that all bottlenecks are removed, and I hope we will be seeing these new investments soon. We are addressing most of the concerns you presented in 2001, aside from the concerns that are presented by individual prospective investors. And I remember infrastructure was one of your biggest concerns. And your companies were among the ones we thought of when we pushed for big infrastructure projects across the nation. The SLEX, the Alabang Viaduct is now 83% complete, should be finished soon. But even now, with one lane already completed, it has eased the flow of traffic from Calabarzon towards Naiya. The Batangas Port, which was completed last year, last December, services some of your companies. The SETEX has been completed also for the convenience of the factories located in the northern part of the Luzon Urban Beltway. Now that I remember the last time we had a meeting, you saw all the infrastructure coming up, so you were confident about that. So you said the infrastructure we must work on now must be the power sector. And on power costs, PESA now offers reduced rates for its locators, and hopefully we will have the implementation of open access, which would hopefully bring power costs down some more, and probably the milestone for that will be the consummation of the Kalaka investment in the power sector, perhaps by November. Earlier than that, we began the time of use method of computing power rates along with the WESM, then Meralco's Customer Choice Program and high load factor discount for customers consuming at least 5 megawatts, and that's certainly you. Other provisions of the EPIRA, particularly the condonation of the loans of electric cooperatives, have been implemented. And let me point out that there are areas around the country where the host municipalities and barangays give discounts or subsidize the electric bills of their customers. So I would reiterate my invitation that when you do your expansions, you think of locating in these areas where the local government has the royalties from the power plants that are, for the power sources that are in their areas, and they use these royalties to subsidize electric bills. One example would be Palimpinon in the town of, is it Dawin or Sambuanguita? in Zamboanga, in Valencia, in Negros Oriental, and that's the reason why we're making the airport better, so that your airports, but so that your whole logistics will be acceptable to you. Another example would be the geothermal areas in Leyte, in Tongonan, in Ormoc, and the neighboring town of Cananga, I believe, because they also have a lot of royalties. Some barangay residents don't even pay any electric bill at all. And we have an airport in Ormoc or even in Tacloban that can be suited to your requirements, as Texas Instruments has seen, we are doing with La Union Airport for their Baguio operation. So these are things that will help you to reduce your power costs, and we will spend in the infrastructure that you need for your transport competitiveness. And most recently, an ERC ruling lowered to 8% the recoverable systems loss of distribution utilities. But together, let us look for more ways to reduce power costs, especially for small and medium companies outside of PESAS, some of whom are your own suppliers and subcontractors. On manpower, Ernie Santiago said I should announce to you, because not all of you know, that we are promoting engineering R&D activities in the country at a significant scale. 3 billion pesos is our budget for that, in order to modernize every aspect of the economic underpinnings of the Philippines, including semiconductors and electronics, to propel economic growth. Because we know that modernization needs a critical mass of R&D capable manpower that will further attract technology-based investments like semiconductors and especially electronics. This $3 billion that I'm talking, pesos that I'm talking about, started last year. It's an investment in engineering, research, and development technology. As a part of this, as a big part of this, since last school year, 7 universities, led by the UP College of Engineering, have been offering scholarships for master's and doctoral degree programs in all fields of engineering, including what specialized field you might want for your own industry. But I must congratulate SEIPI, because they're already a part of this program, spearheading linkages with UP and other reputable academic institutions for specialized masteral and doctoral training for your industry. Government consults SEIPI on the steps that can strengthen your industries, expand your markets, and increase your convincing power in bringing in more investors to your sector. Ernie last appeared before a cabinet meeting only last month, so he can attest to how frequently we consult SEIPI when we need to do our industrial planning. A continuation of these efforts will help us weather the global storm and make sure that we are able to achieve the economic rebound that we are projecting for next year. As I said, if you think of the fact that we will have flat growth this year, remember you were minus 22% in 2001, and how you recovered. And you will recover even more now, because we can see the investments that are under gestation. Texas Instruments will formally open in January, and with their market of $3 billion a year, we can expect that by year end, we will have a very big increase in the electronics exports. Not to mention those new industries that Peter is nursing, those new factories that Peter is nursing for them to locate here in the Philippines. So against the gale force winds of the global economy, we remain bullish on our country and your industry. We are optimistic about our future, your future, and we are deeply committed to being a force for the good of your industry, which is good for our people. The semiconductor and electronics industries and the government have a strong synergy. You are an invaluable partner in Philippine growth. So from a grateful nation, mabuhay at maraming salamat sa inyo. Thank you.